If you're looking for a captivating epic fantasy that is going to keep you on your toes right from the first page, this is the book for you. Hi everyone, this is Amrita Bordake and welcome to my review of The Will of the Many by James Islington. This book was absolutely immersive and I was pulled into the story right from the first page. I was rooting for this main character who's called Whis before I even knew him, and that was very strange for me. I usually wait to know the character before I start liking him and I want to root for him. But that's not how it started in this particular book. And as I started to understand his motivations and what drove him, I loved this character even more. The author talks about various complex themes throughout the book. I'm not going to give out any of the spoilers, but I just want to touch on some of the themes from this book. One of the big ones is the power dynamics and inequality that is shown in the book. And in the novel, Will is a system that serves as a metaphor for the societal power structures that highlight exploitation of many for the benefit of a few people. He also touches upon colonialism and its consequences, where it looks at the impact of conquest and imperial rule on the conquered nations and their people. He also talks about resistance and how the protagonist's journey illustrates the challenges of opposing such a system and what the main character, Whis, has to go through to be able to succeed in his mission. It critiques corruption and the concentration of power in a few, and it also touches on the failures of the representative government for everyone. One of the parts that touched me the most was how beautifully the author has written about these beautiful relationships that Whis is building around him with other characters around him. Even though there are challenging, some don't even have the same power dynamics, and that is also a problem. But I still felt the relationships were so beautifully written, and it shows how friendship and loyalty is important in these challenging circumstances. It was absolutely amazing, so touching. It absolutely broke my heart, especially towards the end when we reached such a heartbreaking and heart-wrenching ending. Oh, it was so hard to get through that end, and there was accomplishment and joy and still so much heartache that was felt through that writing. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. The other thing I also loved about this book was how beautifully the world building was done and the magic system that was in place for the world. The world building was quite unique. I hadn't read about such a world before, so it was very interesting and entertaining, and at the same time didn't feel like just an info dump to me. It felt like I was engaged in it and didn't feel boring in the slightest. At the end of the book, I also am left with a lot of questions, and it makes you think. It makes you think about different issues that are going on in the society, that have been going on in the society for years. And it also makes you question about free will and the value of individual agency. The character development and the world was so rich, and the narrative was so thought-provoking that even to this day, after finishing the book, I am still thinking about the book. The book is that beautifully written. This is an epic fantasy that provides a rich and immersive experience where you feel like you're seeing the characters as part of a movie, and it's so vividly written. I think with its innovative magic system, the complex characters, and also because he touches on such heavy and important themes in the book, this is a must-read according to me in the genre. I feel like this was a god-tier book for me, 6 stars, because it just lives rent-free in my head now. It does not go away. I think about it all the time. I'm waiting for the next book that comes out this year so much because I can't wait to know what happens next. And it is one of those books that will stay with you, that you will think about, that will make you question things. And I feel like if you give it a chance, it will change your life in some way, shape, or form. It has definitely set a very high bar for me for the year because I started off with a banger and I'm a little afraid what I'm going to like after this book throughout the year, because this book is going to definitely be one of the best books I have read in the decade. And all through the book, as we're following Wiss's story, there is an underlying current of suspense that we still cannot figure out until the last few pages of the book. And I felt like that was one of the most beautifully written characters of the book. It was hard to guess. There were times when I thought I had almost guessed it and I still hadn't. When I finally learned what the big reveal was, my mind was absolutely blown. And I still can't believe it. I still am amazed as to how beautifully the author has written that part. So I really hope you pick it up. And if you already have read the book, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Try not to put in any of the spoilers in the comments for others who have not read it. And I hope you get a chance to pick this up and enjoy this book just as much as I have. If you want to see some of the other viral books that I read and my thoughts on them, click the video right here.